We have Mike Ray in the studio now for a wee blether. Mike Ray is the head of marketing for FASS, who are based through in Kirkcaldy. If you're not familiar with FASS, they are the Fife Alcohol Support Service. Good afternoon, Mike. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon to you, David. I'm fine, thank you. Yes.
Good. FASS is an organisation I hadn't heard of before, I have to admit.
Yeah, well, I think that's fair. We are Fife Alcohol Support Service is more commonly known as FASS, and our aim is to improve the quality of life for people in Fife who are affected by alcohol-related problems.
Mm-hmm. What sort of services do you offer then?
Well, we provide a community-based counselling service that really is designed to meet the special needs of those affected by alcohol-related problems, and also to promote the development of facilities as required as an integral part of such a service. And it's also, the agency also aims to increase public knowledge of the extent of alcohol misuse, its damaging effects on the individual, the family, society in general, and the economy, and to initiate and support action to combat the problem.
So I dare say that incorporates a multi-agency approach. Who is all involved in FASS?
We have a number of our own counsellors. They're all very, very highly trained, and we provide a free, community-based, confidential counselling. And I stress the confidentiality of it. Confidential counselling for individuals aged 16 and over, and also for family members.
And why do you think there's a need for your type of organisation?
Well, I think it's best to say that our counselling for alcohol support can help our clients understand the thoughts, it's the background, it's the emotions, the behaviours, and also find their own personal solutions for problem drinking and related issues. Mm-hmm. Clients may choose abstinence, they may choose controlled drinking or harm reduction. So really, counselling addresses regular or binge drinking and related polydrug use, which is another issue. It also addresses underlying causes, which includes a number of can be personal problems, family problems, social problems, employment problems, or even lifestyle issues.
So you mentioned binge drinking there. That's a buzz term that seems to be used quite a lot by the media. What constitutes binge drinking in your view?
It's in the case of a man having more than 3 units of alcohol per day. So the man who goes out of an evening or stays in or visits a friend or is in a group and personally consumes more than 3 units of alcohol per day is endangering his longer term health. And of course, in Scotland, as we know, a group of lads go out and they have, considerably more than that. Mm-hmm. That constitutes...
So really more than 3 units a day. That's quite worrying because there are regular occurrences where I will drink more than 3 units a day.
Yes, and I've done the same. Even Tony Blair's book, which is only out, he was saying, he quite fancied having several drinks of an evening.
You mentioned the services you provide and the various places you provide them in Fife. What kind of people use your services?
There's a whole host of people, the individuals. We have over 5,000 requests each year for counselling, for information, for advice and support. 800 plus of these, and our actual annual general meeting is this evening, and the chairman will report there's over 830 in the last 12 months. And we accept referrals from all sources. It comes from the man or woman's doctor, the client's doctor. Maybe they contact us themselves. Maybe it's the hospital. Maybe it's the NHS addiction service. It could be the local social work department or the social worker.
And these people come from all walks of life?
Absolutely. It's all socioeconomic groups. It can be proverbially the professor to the dustman, or whatever level you like. Yes, there are unemployed people, there are employed people, there are young people, there are old people. I think it's fair to say that binge drinking would tend to be into the earlier years of the male in particular, but we do see females as well, and that's in the 16 to 30 age group.
How many people in Fife would you say are affected by an alcohol-related issue?
Well, I mean, there we go. Last year, in the last 12 months, has been 830. And these are referrals. These are not just the inquiries. It's 5,000 plus inquiries, but it's over 800. So you could say at least 800 people. Now, we may not see them all. There are some people who perhaps don't recognise the problem and don't make contact with us.
Do you feel the authorities, the power that be, the government and so on, are going about resolving the problem in the right kind of way? I think it was in the news earlier on today that there's a plan, that they're bringing in plans to have a minimum price on a unit of alcohol. I think they mentioned 45 pence.
That's correct.
Do you think that's a good way forward?
I think it's one part of it. It cannot be the only part. This is a bit like building blocks, and that's one of the building blocks in place. What that will address is that the cheapest form of cider, for instance, will treble in price in terms of the retail price. Mm-hmm. So the youngster who is maybe 16, 17, 18 is perhaps, who knows, either in employment or unemployed, whose pocket money is rather tight, will not be able to afford so much alcohol. There is another way of looking at it, though, and there is a very, very interesting thing which we have now, which is an addiction aversion scheme, which we're running in conjunction with the Fife Constabulary. And that has been running now for a number of months, at the end of last year as a trial, and now is extended into this year. And it's in Kirkcaldy, in the town centre area. And what happens is a young male who has committed a minor, well, still an offence, but it's a more minor offence, such as, shouting the odds or urinating in a doorway or something of that nature. Doesn't involve violence. What they get, when they're obviously under the influence of alcohol, the policeman will offer them either the statutory fine, which is in our place is £40, or they can sign up and come to a series of FASS counselling sessions, which it doesn't negate the fine. The fine would just sit there, and provided the person accomplishes the course and does something about it, then the fine is put to the side.
So you're tackling things from
we're trying to tackle,
different
yes,
angles.
because we work both with NHS Fife, who are a very important source of income for us, and we're working with all the GPs, but we also work with Fife Constabulary because they can be a huge help to us as well.
So if people wanted to find out more about the services you provide, how do they get in touch? What's the easiest way?
The easiest way is they pick up the telephone. We're on 01592 206 200. That's 01592 206 200. We also have an out-of-hours telephone answering service, or they can get in on email at inquiries@fife-alcohol-support.org.uk.
How much does someone have to drink to be defined as a problem drinker?
Well, we talked earlier about what you would call the minimum, but I could tell you the main focus of our service at Fife Alcohol Support Service now is on those who drink to excess. And that really means with either harm or dependency of a mild, a moderate, or even a severe degree. For a man, the average man referred to the agency drinks on average around about 130 to 150 units of alcohol per week. And just to translate that easily, that's roughly 5 bottles of spirits per week.
Oh my goodness! And the safe
quite
limit,
a lot.
The safe limit is
well, I would say, part of one bottle.
Is 28 units? Is that the correct level for
and
a man?
for females, their danger level for the average referral to us is between 100 and 120 units.
How do the referrals divvy up when they come in?
Well, that's a very good question. In the last 12 months, approximately 62%, that's just over 500 of our new referrals each year will be men. And roughly 38% or 300 will be women. So it's a ratio of approximately 5 to 3.
Now, I dare say all the information's on the website, but where and when are the meetings in the Dunfermline area?
We have, and again, a very good question. We meet at the 26 different centres throughout Fife. The best way of establishing a meeting and when a meeting is available is to call FASS on 01592 206 200.
Well, Mike, thank you very much for coming along to Radio West Fife this afternoon.
Radio West Fife.